let's now focus on what is one of our favorite topics, and that being Bengaluru roads. And there is hectic activity around it, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And Maheshwar Rao, Chief Commissioner of Greater Bengaluru Authority, that is GBA, recently instructed officials and contractors to expedite pothole filling and complete ongoing road works across 1,648 kilometers. There is, of course, the exercise of fresh white topping, which is also underway on 82 roads spanning 143 kilometers, costing more than 1,700 crores. The recurring question, however, is whether Bengaluru roads will survive after this cosmetic surgery, or we will be back to square one and discuss pothole stories once again. I hope not. Now, in the latest, what seemed like good news initially has become very controversial. In a recent announcement, Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar, said that the government would allocate 1,100 crores for the development of roads in Bengaluru to improve their overall health. He further added that for 14 constituencies, a sum of rupees 50 crores each would be provided, while the remaining constituencies would get 25 crores each. Now, of course, there could be a reason why the allocation is not equally distributed, but the BJP has jumped into the issue, alleging bias, with BJP legislators saying that the government was trying to favor Congress-ruled constituencies with higher allocations. For instance, Jayanagar MLA C.K. Ramamurthy, who rued over the fact that the roads in his constituencies were crying for help, and 25 crores is just a drop in the ocean. It is also a concern, said the BJP legislators, that although white topping has carried on in the city, no major spends have been made on roads per se in the past 2.5 years. Even as this later controversy is brewing, and even before work has to start, there is one vital question which needs addressing, and that being of whether the stakeholders are even consulted before any such plan is made of this nature. After all, you and I walk on these roads, right? Also, should the newly minted GBA be allocating funds after a thorough assessment than leaving the onus on legislators? Let's debate. Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, who's the State Secretary and spokesperson for the BJP in Karnataka, is joining us. Also, Satya Prakash, who's spokesperson for KPCC, is joining us. And Sandeep Aniruddhan, civic activist, is also joining us. Let me first go to Sandeep. What do you think, Sandeep? I mean, this saying that BJP is alleging that you are allocating more funds for Congress-ruled constituencies. Why is that happening? I said right in the beginning, there could be other reasons, but there is an objection. But if you would like to take the political question, but in the middle of all this, Sandeep, lies the thing is, once again, there is this, kind of headlessness, I think, to it. They will spend so much money, that's the taxpayers' money, which will it even yield results, is the question, Sandeep Aniruddhan.
I think you've hit the, what do you call that, the nail on the head, actually. This is a repeating phenomena. The state government does ad hoc decision making. With all its talk of devolution, we have 5 corporations now, which is a good thing, actually. You have more devolved city corporations. Why is the government not allowing the city corporations to decide how the funds are being spent? Where is the devolution gone? Why is the state government again poking its nose into the functioning of the corporations? These are local issues. Local self-government has to deal with this issue and is also better equipped to do it. Now, the state has faltered in managing the city because it can't manage a city. It's too big, and the state has so many priorities. It should not be getting involved with city corporations, ward level activities. And also, there is this 2019 judgment by the High Court, which clearly says roads are being badly maintained. Therefore, the activity of monitoring road conditions and repairing them should go to the ward level. What funds have to be devolved to wards, and the wards have to monitor and manage, maintain and repair roads. Reports have to be submitted to the corporation chief, which is the commissioner. It's almost been 5 years. It has not been implemented. It's an operational order. And therefore, you see roads are badly maintained. Potholes are always there. Every year, there is a announcement of 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores, 3,000 crores. I think by these announcements, they've spent like massive amounts of money, but There's nothing to show on the...
Right. You know, I remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2019, Congress had made the same allegations and said that how come the BJP is not allocating enough funds to constituencies where you had Congress legislators. So this, between this ping pong that they keep playing, and that's why I went to Sandeep first, is what
It
happens
is very
to...
wrong, actually, Smita. You're right. Now, where does it say in the Constitution that once a government is elected, it has to take care of only those people who voted for that party?
Exactly. I don't understand this. I mean, there are several. So, where, I mean, what is, first of all, there is also another question which I will come to you later. Is that why is the MLA, the onus put on the MLA, I say? Let GBA decide. No. You do research, you say this is worse than this. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, please come in here, Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda. Do you think that the Congress is biased here, that they are allocating more funds? Because let me play the devil's advocate here. It could be the area, it could be, you know, the severe condition of the roads in a particular place, like Jayanagar. You know, he says, the legislator there says that it is in a terrible condition. Who knows, maybe in Kundalahalli it is even worse. I do not know whether it is worse in, you know, let's say Basavangudi. So there are different issues. But you please come in here as someone who represents the Bharatiya Janata Party. Why do you think this is a big bias? Because see, this is a people's issue and one doesn't want politics to come in here, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin. Come in, ma'am.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Sudha, ma'am. It's been a long time since I met you. I'm so happy that after a while, after quite a long time, the Congress government is trying to do some development. That is also controversial because it is immersed in too many controversies, like it is allocating, as I already told me, more funds to the Congress-ruled constituencies and less funds to the BJP-ruled constituencies, and they are not. And again, they are releasing the funds through the MLAs. That has always been the corruption ridden, and that will not get implemented effectively. And they are not releasing the funds to the corporations to bring in more efficiency and effectivity in the implementation of the developmental programs. All these days, the Congress government has been totally lost in the bewilderment of the Muslim appeasement politics and vote bank politics. And since they've been inciting a series of religious violences in the length and breadth of the state, now they've opened up to the term development. Either I don't know, either it is to divert the issues from their lapses or to do really the development.
Dr.
I
Lakshmi
don't know.
Ashwin,
They need to answer
sorry, ma'am. That is way too kind of, you know, touching your ear like this. Because there are religious strife, you're saying there. What has that got to do with anything? During your thing, there were a lot of religious strife. Development goes on. The government, whether it is right wing, left, centrist, they are governing, they are administering. I just don't understand your logic, ma'am. Please, pardon me. What is this diversionary tactics? Do you think they are biased or not, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda?
They are totally biased. They are totally biased. If they're not, they should release the funds logically and on the scientific basis. And then they should release the equal funds to all the constituencies. And as I already told, a constituency like Jayanagar needed more funds to develop the roads with the more widened roads. And they're not doing this. They are doing less. They're allocating less funds to the
Ji first, and then I go to Sandeep. Sandeep, please, thank you for your patience. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Satya Prakash, spokesperson for the KPCC. Satya, you know, is there a logic, is there a method to this madness that 50 crores, 40 crores, 25 crores, how did you come to this number? I mean, who sat on this? How did you decide? I mean, then the MLAs themselves, you know, did the MLAs, did you call the ML? I do not know. Explain it for the viewers.
Yeah, I think after all the water bottle what my BJP counterpart said, at least she agrees that, you know, we have given funds for roads in Bangalore. If we don't give funds, they will cry you're not giving funds. Once we start giving funds, they will have another problem. Why all this thing? Why Jayanagar has been given less funds is Jayanagar is relatively a developed area when you compare to a South Bangalore constituency within Bangalore, or you compare a Mahadevpura, or you compare other places. And the jurisdiction of Jayanagar is very limited. The whole constituency will be within a radius of 2 to 3 kilometers. That's it. The whole Jayanagar assembly constituency will be within a radius of 2 to 3 kilometers. But there are other constituencies which are on the outskirts of the Bangalore where funds are required. Why we have given 50 crores to few constituencies and 24 crores to few other constituencies is when Ashwin Gowda said it is like the pot calling the kettle black. Let us go back to 4 years back or 3 years back.
Right.
Same Yediyurappa and Bommai. Do you know what was the difference between what they gave to BJP MLAs and what they gave to us? Few of the constituencies got as high as 200 crores, 300 crores. Ramlinga Reddy's constituency, BTM layout got 10 crores, 15 crores. Mr. Ramlinga Reddy went to the CM and said, now at least the difference between a Congress constituency and a BJP constituency is a meager 25 crores. That means the Congress MLAs are getting 50 crores, the BJP MLAs are getting 25 crores. These are under the MLA quota, discretionary quota of the CM.
Right.
You understand? Other than that, that doesn't mean wherever we are giving 50 crores, where we are giving 25 crores, there will be no development. Another 25 crores may come from different, from BWSSP or from BBMP or from other sources.
Right.
And this month we have released this. Maybe next month we will again release to those constituencies.
Yeah, but
You
who
understand?
decides? No, but okay, I totally very logical, Satya Prakash. But who
And
decides
BBMP
that?
is the implementing
Who's,
agency. The corporation
sir,
itself will be the
sir,
implementing agency.
I want to
here.
ask you, if I live in Jayanagar or if I live in Indiranagar, I can ask you, no, sir, because I elected your government, that how are you deciding that Jayanagar is more developed than, let's say, Mahadevpura? I mean, what is the, because people, the public can stand up and say, no, I will show you, send you photographs of roads, because when Bommai's government redid the roads, what happened to those roads, Satya? All in a shambles. Nothing happened. They were all wiped out. I have done many stories on this. Even this white topping, again and again and again, white topping is done. What happens? It's like a nail polish. It comes off.
Give more chance to the Congress spokesperson, he will put the government's point of view. For example, JC Road comes under Chickpet. JC Road, is the main road which connects south with central Bangalore. That road was in doldrums because a lot of traffic goes through JC Road. Now we are doing white topping on JC Road. Since we are doing white topping on JC Road, definitely in Chickpet we will be spending a little more. Or in Gandhinagar part of
Okay.
that
All right.
road which comes under Gandhinagar or Chamrajpet, we will be spending more. So these are the parameters in which
All right.
we have.
I understand the parameters, Satya. Let me go to Sandeep. Sandeep, you were raising your hand before. I want you to, of course, tell the viewers why you were doing so. And also the other question is that I just don't understand, once again, that is there a complete lack of scientific approach to this? Satyaji says, look, Sudha, Jayanagar is more developed than Mahadevpura. Maybe you will say it is not. Now, there has to be some expert opinion on this. BJP says this is politics. Ultimately, 1 year later, if I am alive, I'll still be here with all of you who will all be alive to say what happened to those roads. So, you see, it is just kind of... Thank you, Satya.
We all will be there, Sudha, don't worry.
Thank you, Satya. Thank you for your kindness. Sandeep, come in here.
Firstly, the figures that have been spent on fixing potholes in Bengaluru might be world record, because in 3 years, apparently some 7,000 odd crores has been spent only on fixing potholes. The potholes still exist. Where has the 7,000 crores gone? Year on year, that means year on year you're spending almost what? 2.5 crores? That's crazy amounts to spend, 2,500 crores. That's crazy amount to spend just on potholes. So, Mike, as you rightly pointed out, what is the scientific basis on which it's being done? Is there a system for,
Yes.
One is for the implementation, one for monitoring. Now, don't tell me you allow somebody to fix potholes on a road and it's not monitored. If it breaks, if it returns within 2 months, there is no penalty for the contractor. That's ridiculous, and that's literally what's happening. The moment they are patched, immediately after one rain, the potholes reappear. Why? What is preventing? First of all, it's not even the state government's ambit. I don't know why the state government is managing the city. It should set standards, if at all, for the city corporation to do it in a proper systematic manner. disburse the
Satya,
funds to
come in,
them
Satya. Satya wants
and
to say
ask
something.
for a proper system. One is,
Satya, come
what
in.
is the guarantee period for that fixing? How long will the pothole fixing
Satya.
remain?
Sandeep, please understand the implementing agency will still be the PPMP. The Congress government has just allocated the funds to the MLAs. The MLAs will again, allocate. What the CM did was, please understand this. CM last 2 months back said that all the MLAs come back with what is your requirement for your constituency for roads. The Congress MLAs, he had a one-to-one meeting with most of the MLAs.
Right.
And even the opposition MLAs also, he asked them to please give all what you want. Now, based on what the requirement of the MLAs are, the state government has allocated the funds and the implementing agency will still be BBMP. The concerned officials there, the chief engineers, the executive engineers, the assistant
Satya, that's where I think one of the problems is, Satya Prakash. The BBMP or GBA now, the newly minted GBA, they will decide. But Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda is I think the problem is when you tell the MLAs, come back. Tell me how much allocation you need. I say I want 25 crores. Someone says I want 50 crores. That's where the problem is. Why is the onus on the MLA, the legislator? Because he would like to get more funds. With due respects to many of them, some may be very, very, corrupt. They will put the money in their pockets with the contractors and the vendors. I know this happens. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm asking Dr. Lakshmi. The other thing is, Dr. Gowda, the thing is the onus should be on a monitoring agency. Give it to GB. I'm fine with that. Although people will turn around and say you're crazy because BBMP and the contractors nexus, we all know. Fine. I'm saying let's make a new beginning. After all, this beginning has been made after 2.5 years, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin. Do you think the problem is when the onus is on the legislators, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda?
It's not exactly because of that, madam. As of properly pointed out, some MLAs will not utilize the funds properly since they do try to put them in the pocket.
Right.
Since I've already told that Greater Bengaluru Authority should take the onus of doing the supervision of these maintenance works and the development. Yes, as of now, GBA is not directly accountable to the people. First, it should be made accountable to the people. Then, if it takes the onus of maintaining the roads, I think it's well and good. It's a brilliant idea. It's a scientific idea and a logically correct idea to take care of the roads. Since the Congress government is willing to do certain development, I would like to tell them that it is high time for them to address the infrastructural bottlenecks, to address the civic apathy and the bureaucratic apathy that is riddled in their government since they are in power. It is high time to do. Since they are willing to do it after a very long time, since they are just woken up from the slumber.
Okay, Dr.
Why
Lakshmi,
don't they do it
Lakshmi
scientifically?
Gowda.
Why don't they do logically?
Lakshmi
Why
ma'am.
don't they do meaningfully
Lakshmi
and
ma'am,
effectively?
I want you to tell the viewers, name some constituencies where you think there is a bias. At least people will know. Do you have any data?
They're biased against all the BJP ruled constituencies.
That is a sweeping statement. No. If you are, that's a sweeping statement with with apologies. Either say Baswangudi, Old Airport Road, XYZ, Whitefield, Brookfield, this area, then you cannot just say, oh, all of them, because I have a list of all the constituencies. It is really impossible unless it's a conspiracy. Do you think it's a conspiracy, Dr. Gowda?
I don't think it is a conspiracy. It is their partisan and a biased mindset. It is they're totally biased against the BJP ruled constituencies, and they're under pressure to give more funds to the Congress MLAs since they have not received any funds ever since they came to power. They had to divert the entire money for their to implement the guarantees. It is, in a way, directly or indirectly, it is incentivizing their Congress MLAs to be loyal to the present chief minister. I feel this is the conspiracy, if it is.
This is the conspiracy, huh, Satya?
For a moment, let me accept what my friend Lakshmi ji is telling. Let me accept. Are you saying by me giving 25 crores, 50% of loyalty of the BJP's MLAs will be to CM Siddaramaiah? So let us not talk, just over our head. I will tell you what the exact problem is. Today with the BBMP not in place and most of the second level councillors or corporators not in touch with the people. Normally, when there are corporators, the people go to the corporators. Now, with no corporators, most of the small issues like potholes, roads, this problem, that problem is coming to the MLAs. MLAs are not able to face people, irrespective of whether he is Congress MLA or BJP MLA. So all the MLAs, whenever they go to CM, they are telling, sir, we are getting a lot of problems. We are not able to satisfy the problems of the people. They are asking small things like, put half a kilometer of road, 1 kilometer of road. We are not able to do anything. Earlier, governments used to give us a lot of discretionary funds to the MLA. See, most of these MLAs are not saying we are not getting development. Development is happening, but they want discretionary quota, the quota of the MLAs. That they want to tell the people that I brought money from CM and I did this work, I did this work. So this is what the MLAs are saying, whether it is Congress MLA or BJP MLA.
Yeah, but still
and
in that,
tune with what,
but still,
in tune with what the in tune with what the MLA wanted, the CM has satisfied the demands of both the MLAs
yeah,
on
I
this side
take that,
and
Satya, I
the
take
P
that
side.
point. But the problem, the point is still the people of Bengaluru. It's neither the BJP nor the Congress nor the JDS. It's about the people. Ultimately,
So
in
these 2
all
months,
this tutu meme and ping pong, like I say, that's why I have Sandeep, who represents the people of Bengaluru. And I want to know that there doesn't seem to be this discretionary funds of the legislators, point taken. That is part of the process. You can't go against the process. But we also know for the longest time, particularly the Congress legislators have been fighting with D.K. Shivakumar, saying you give us some funds for development. D.K. Shivakumar has said, I have no money. It's because we are spending most of the money on the main guarantees that we have, Annabhagya, and all those
spending only
schemes.
10-15% on the guarantees,
No,
only
that is
15% of our total
Yeah,
budget.
fine.
Our
But
budget
yeah,
is
okay. But the thing
budget
is,
spending what are we spending?
they are starting after 2.5 years. Sandeep, do you think they are on the right track? Do you think that politics will play a major role in this, Sandeep, as someone who has observed this for years and years and years?
Yeah, this is completely politics. First of all, who stopped the Congress government from holding elections to the municipalities? They could have held it the year they came in. They were blaming the BJP for not holding elections. They could have held it first, no? As soon as they came, we have 198 wards functional, that is operational. They could have held elections right away. Then they could have, after that, they could have gone ahead with his other plans of GA, Greater Bengaluru Authority and other things. So there's a trust deficit there. The politics is about MLAs hanging on to some sort of residual power. They don't want to allow devolution of power to corporators, councillors, and the
Oh,
corporation.
yes. Then what is the point of having GBA? What is the point of transfer of power? I just don't understand.
No, GBA again. GBA is a problem. Sudha. GBA is basically a new layer which consolidates power for the state again. It is not representative. All are
Then
appointees. It's not an elected body. So GBA is at fault, but the 5 corporation formed is a good idea. That is decentralization. That is devolution. Let each of these corporations decide what that corporation needs. Now it is under
See, Sandeep,
administrators, yes, but eventually they should have elections. At least let them start.
all right.
Secondly, what I need is not how
Sandeep,
much money is spent. What is the guarantee? How long will these pothole fixing
Yeah, there are
last?
no. That
I
is
want a
I
warranty
told
period
you,
for
na.
that.
We'll be back to square one. Satya, please come in here. Satya, then I have to wrap the show. Yeah.
Sandeep, as soon as we had come into office in 23, the easiest thing, what you said is, we could have done the elections, but it would not have solved the purpose of Bangalore. Today, what we are doing is we are laying the foundation for Greater Bangalore. We are laying the foundation of what Bangalore
Satya,
will
you
be
could
as
have
an
held
AI
elections
city.
and then done this.
One
You
second.
left the
Listen to
city
me.
headless for 3 years.
Listen to me. Listen to
Yeah.
me. That's okay. Foundation will take more time because we are
No, you could
building a
have
foundation for a
existing
bigger city
foundation
of
we did not have disturbed.
1.4 crores. Okay, we are building a city for 1.4 crores and it was not properly planned. There are a lot of problems within the city. You know all the problems. You have said yourselves in so many shows. Now one by one we are doing each one. It will take some time. But believe me, the GBA, whatever you are telling is, it is an authority. It doesn't have any. Each and every corporation will have its own budget. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is very clear on that. They can prepare their own plans. GBA will be an authority which will be a link between these 5 corporations and the government. Please understand. We
Yeah.
need something. and they will be under the Bangalore Development Minister.
All this sounds fantastic, but I hope that this doesn't go.
Give us warranty
Sandeep,
period, that's enough.
exactly, but there is no warranty, there is
period.
only no
How long will
guarantee.
this pothole fix
No,
last?
no, no, no. How do you mean? They say, how can you guarantee tomorrow if we have excessive rain, all the roads will break? That's what I have been hearing. What can I do?
Is that
There
the
is
quality
excessive
we
rain in
expect?
Bengaluru. It's not our fault. That is because BJP
If I
sees.
was Bangalore Development Minister, I would have taken Sandeep into my GBA and I would have made him, in charge of all the Bangalore roads
How nice.
and all the potholes especially.
Yeah, and I hope, not just him, but also someone like Katyayani Chamaraj. These are the people who
Yeah.
actually, they are
These are
our
the people
voices.
who should be part of GBA.
Yeah, they are
I'm telling
part,
you.
they should be,
These
but
are the
then there
people
are
who should be
no,
part of
they
the
say, but let me tell you, even all of them say we don't want to be part of any organization, at least consult with us, even that does not happen.